What's up, guys? Cliff here from Not Gospel Studios. It's Monday, and I've waited till close to the end of the day, but I had a Monday motivation pep talk video sort of thing that I wanted to share with you guys to give you maybe a nugget of something positive to set your sights to for this week, to better yourself and to help you reach your goals. 2023 for me is going to be a year where I've decided to juice as much as I can out of every single moment of my life. I want to be the most and the best that I can be in my relationships. That includes my kids. I want to be the best dad I can be in 2023. I want to be the best support and partner for my wife that I can. I want to be the biggest positive influence for my friendships and my family. And I want to grow myself spiritually, physically, and mentally. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to cut out some toxic behaviors and some toxic habits out of my life. And so I decided this week, for Monday Motivation this week, if you'd like to travel with me on this journey of betterment, this week I've decided to identify and eliminate or minimize one particular toxic habit in my life. And so you guys can hopefully apply some of these practical ways of eliminating toxic habits out of your own life. And let me know in the comments by the end of the week if you met your goals or whatever. But for me, one toxic habit that I have and I've identified in my life is mindless scrolling. For some of us and some of you guys, scrolling on social media and on the internet, it may not be a big deal. You think it's totally harmless. What's wrong with scrolling, a little bit each day and finding out what's going on with your friends online and with pop culture or whatever. But for me, I've noticed that late at night, instead of going to bed early, instead of talking with my wife sometimes when I know we're both tired, I'll just pull out the phone and scroll. Or instead, when I go to the bathroom, when somebody's driving me somewhere, instead of engaging in conversation with them, I'll just start scrolling. And it's not that it's a negative thing. I'm not looking at a bunch of crap I'm not supposed to, but it is taking a considerable amount of my time. And for the amount of benefit that it gives me versus the amount of time it takes, and versus the amount of benefit engaging in another activity would give me, it doesn't give me much. There's nothing much that you gain from this mindless scrolling. So I've decided to take steps to eliminate it out of my life, just mindless scrolling. And I want to give you guys some practical steps you can do if you want to try to eliminate some of that too. So the first thing I'm going to do, starting today, is when I start to scroll, anytime I start to scroll, I'm going to journal the time in my phone. So I've made a note in my phone, and when I start scrolling, I have to use my phone to scroll anyways. I go into the note and I tell what time it is. I say if it's 5:05, whatever it is, I put the time down when I started scrolling. And then when I'm finished, I go back to that note, I note the time, and I see what time it was when I finished. By the end of the day, I take the phone, I'm going to take my phone, and I'm going to tally up how much time I spent mindlessly scrolling. Why this is significant and why this is helpful is because when you start to see just how much of your life you spend mindlessly, endlessly doing this activity that causes really no benefit to you or anyone else, it'll change things. It instantly makes you more aware of, oh my gosh, I'm wasting so much of my life doing this. And it's going to make you more hesitant to do it. It's going to make you less likely to pick it up and do that. The other step that I'm going to take is just going to bed early. I know this sounds funny, but when my wife goes to bed, I'm a night owl. I like to stay up later. But instead of just scrolling for 40 minutes before I get, extra sleepy, I'm just going to not scroll with the phone, leave the phone on the nightstand, plug it up on the charger, and go to bed. That's another way I'm going to combat this toxic habit. And again, it's not that it's a negative thing or that it's hurting anybody, but it's about getting the most out of my life. And is this habit, is ritually and habitually staring at my phone mindlessly, is that really giving me any benefit? Most of the time it's not. And so this week I'm going to journal and catalog just how much time I spend mindlessly scrolling. And by the end of the week or by next week's Monday Motivation, I'll be able to share with you guys the positive steps I've taken to eliminate this toxic habit. One thing I want to warn you about if you start eliminating toxic habits, though, is there is a certain amount of dopamine and a rush of positive feelings and chemicals swimming in your bloodstream when you engage in any of these comforting and familiar activities. And that you're going to miss that rush. It's going to happen that you miss that rush and that feeling, and you want it. And you want to feel that dopamine. You want to feel that satisfactory, and the fear of missing out or the FOMO is going to be big. Like, what am I missing out on? I need to be plugged in online. And the truth, as we all know, is that you're not really missing out on much most of the time. What are you missing out on? Some celebrity saying something stupid on social media, or another politician disappointing all of us, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on? You're not going to miss much. And most of the time, we're not engaging in tons of positive activities online when we could simply be reading a book or talking to someone and having a real conversation with them and growing that way. So to wrap this up, I hope your week is a stellar week. I hope you're blessed, and I hope that you can apply some of this. Make a journal note every single day of how much time you mindlessly scroll, or how much time you spend in whatever this toxic or non-positive, benign activity is. Make a note of it. How much of your life you're wasting spent on this one activity when you could be developing spiritually, mentally, or physically, or when you could be engaging in and investing in your human-to-human relationships. And let me know by the end of the week if you had success in this, or let me know in the comments today what it is that you'd want to focus on eliminating out of your life, some toxic behavior. And I'd love to go on this journey with you guys. I want 2023 to be the best year of my life. I want it to be the best year of y'all's life. And it may not seem like that. If you've gone through a tragedy or some kind of struggle and something that is like detrimental to your life and to your psyche and to your emotional state, I don't know what you're going through, but I can tell you that every big decision that you feel like's been made for you, every circumstance that has been made for you, you have 100 or 1,000 little choices that you can make today and tomorrow and the next day to either get more out of your life and to either grow past this negative circumstance or to be trapped and suffocated by it. So I'd encourage you to make those good choices, to start on sort of a positive journey of bettering yourself and getting more out of your life this year. And I want to hopefully give you some of these practical ways to start doing that. Anyways, guys, I hope this has brought some positivity to your week. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more of this content. And if you want to send us a super thanks, we greatly appreciate it. And keep being awesome, because that's how God made you. If you like this clip from the Not Gospel Studios YouTube channel, don't forget to share. Click on one of the other links and videos. You can find them here, and subscribe. I think it's down here. Tell your friends about us. Tell them that it's healthy, that it's vegan, and all of those things. Keep being awesome, because that's how God made you.